Hi everyone, it's David and welcome back to Save for FX. Well, it's Friday afternoon. London's well and truly open. 26th September 2025. And with both the yen and the Canadian dollar moving, begs the question, what's the franc doing? So on the screen here now is daily franc. Now, interestingly enough, the franc on a daily basis, if I just zoom in, so if I can have a bit of a look, this orange line is weekly price inefficiency. So have a quick look on the weekly. Okay, so if we look at this current candle here, this is how the franc's been trading this week, and it's still trading below this candle back here and this one too, but this is the first candle it traded at the point where it hasn't overlapped. So the franc in of itself, in terms of a long, is actually trading above its weekly price inefficiency. So ordinarily, I wouldn't look at it for a long. But if I jump from the week and I jump down into the daily, still see the weekly, that's the orange line there. My daily price inefficiency is actually at this point here. So this is the current trading in the on a daily chart. That's yesterday's move. And so that would be Wednesday's move there. So if we have a quick look at today's trading, it's clearly trading inefficiently in relation to Wednesday's trading. So Wednesday closed here, high here, then Thursday pretty much ran up all day, bit of rejection in the afternoon, and Friday we're sitting right here now. So what I'm looking at here is basically a compounding issue. Both the yen and the Canadian are both orientating above their weekly price inefficiency and above their daily price inefficiency. So I'm more than happy to go long if there's a signal down on the 30-minute, 15-minute time frame on either of those pairs, and I have, and there's videos posted if you're interested in those. But the franc relatively has been weaker. That being said, because both the yen and the Canadian dollar are long and they're trading well today in this session, this London session, I've just snooting down to the franc to see what it's actually doing. So we just get closer and we get closer to the franc. And as I zoom right in on the franc and we go to 15-minute, and we get right down into the 5-minute franc. And if I just bail this out so you can see this a little bit better, you can see here, well, I hope you can see here that franc, this would be very early hours. When is that? So that's the 26th. So it's very early hours this morning on the 26th. Traded basically sideways for that period of time there on the 5-minute, and then it's expanded either side of it, and then a bit started to, what I considered to trend not so long ago. Now, again, I've got my stop loss pretty tight. It's below 5-minute money here. 5-minute money's moved up. I'm calling 79.96. 79.96, a really important price for the franc. If it trades back down through this, basically this black line, anytime during this session or New York later on today, that's not a positive sign. I should definitely be getting out of this position. But given both the yen and the Canadian are running up, and they're running up strongly, and albeit this is relatively weak compared to both of those in of itself, I have gone long on it, and as we're recording now, you can see it's moving quite well through it. This black line here is something that I need to watch extremely closely. And I was watching it earlier when it first started to move, and I went right down 1-minute money. So if we go right down, this is fast now. So this is 1 minute. You might see where it's gone from red to green. This is where I've called it in terms of, this is where the price stops simply expanding either side of the black line in terms of picking up liquidity to go long. And from this point onwards, it's essentially been trending long, albeit this is on 1-minute money. So it's really, quite fast, and but it is, you can actually, every market, when it's going to start trending, it's got to start trending somewhere. And if you can get down to the 1 minute, you can identify where the 1-minute trends commences and then get your position set. You're obviously buying inventory below, in this particular case, that's 5-minute money. If we stay with this and it actually does break through about 80 cents flat, or 80 franc flat, to the US dollar, and it could possibly do it during this session, during the London session, will be fine. And it could trade quite a bit higher in terms of, profit targets on this one. This has got bumped out to the hourly. It could run up to weekly. So it could be running up to sort of, 80.5 franc to the dollar. That'd be a great run, but it could actually do it this session, or it could do it later on tonight in New York. So we'll just have a look. We'll keep watching it. This is 5 minute. If you're finding this content helpful, please like, subscribe, and any questions, ask me just down in the comments. I'll get back to you. Otherwise, trade safe, and I'll see you in the next one.